Okay, give me a second. Sorry, I'm moving a little slow tonight. We stayed up last night's stream into the early hours in the morning. So I'm moving a little slow. But oh yes. Hi, I'm Boxcat. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna need to put this on. I actually do have the game up. I'll turn the audio on. Mm-hmm. We'll do that. Alright, so yes, hi, I'm Boxcat. Sorry I'm late tonight. I don't need this in right now. Let me get some water. Okay. So tonight we have a one of the Spooktober Jam submissions for this year. It's called Nocta Midnight Paralysis or Paralysia by Vertigo Era. It's a chat horror style visual novel about a sleep paralysis demon and you talking to them. It's not the full demo isn't complete yet. I guess it doesn't. It'll probably take a little more time. Maybe later this week or something. Although I think that was just an estimate. So, you know. But honestly, whether it happened or didn't, you know, that was fine. But yeah. So the completed demo build isn't quite done yet. But it looked interesting, so I wanted to look at it. And I thought I'd have you guys join me, so we did it. I put it as one of the things for our weekly stream. Okay, so yeah. So you've had night terrors. Yeah, if this was my night terror, if he appeared in my night terrors, I probably wouldn't mind. That's just me. But yeah, I guess every night it starts the same. Your body locks, your breath stutters, and the shadow at the end of your bed leans closer. He's patient, curious, wrong, and under the terror and bravado, he's not exactly what he seems. Okay, so it's a Nocta Midnight Paralysia is a short looping visual novel that blends intimacy with dread. Talk when you can, watch when you can't. Okay, but the looping nights part of it isn't complete yet, I guess. Alright, so yes. Sorry, I didn't get much sleep today. We were up last night until literally like 8 a.m. So I only slept like 2 hours. I really thought last night was gonna be shorter. I really thought I was closer to the end than I was, but you know, I was determined to get to the end in that last night's stream, so you know. But yeah, I'm so out of it. Yeah, but we have a chat style dog. Cat-style dialogue system. Loopy Nights, not quite available yet. Tone-based choices. Persistent meters. Oh, that'd be fun. And a slow burn story. There are a couple content warnings. I doubt any of the big ones will be available in the what we have here in the demo, or the pre-demo? I don't know exactly what you call it. I guess the jam build? But yeah, and I guess eventually these will be the content warnings. Sleep paralysis, immobilization, non-consensual restraint and breath restriction, psychological horror, intimidation, home intrusion, body horror, panic and anxiety, claustrophobia, manipulation, hostile language, spicy power imbalance. Yeah. The mature audience rating. I guess I should probably keep note of that. I don't think I should have to put in the Twitch thing. I think I should be fine. Yeah. I can't speak! I think I should be fine. I need to calm down and speak nice and calmly. But yes, here we go. Here we are. So yeah, it's only available for Mac and PC at the moment. There's actually not a lot of comments on their page yet, so if you want to play the game and give a comment, I think they might appreciate that. But yeah, it looked interesting. I've never had sleep paralysis, though I've heard of people who had, but, you know, I don't know what it feels like, but, you know. I was about to say I'd be open to experiencing it, but also, I mean, in-game, not in real life. In-game, just in-game. But yeah, okay. Sorry, it's so awkward. I really should have started getting ready earlier. I made a huge mistake. I finished dinner early, like at around like 6:40. So I would have had time, but then I decided to, you know, sit down and watch a show with my family. And the next thing I know, I have like 30 minutes to get ready. And now I'm in like panic mode still. I'm coming out of panic mode. So yeah. Sorry, you don't need to know that. Okay, but let's check the stuff. The audio. Oh, I guess I could have just had the content warnings here, couldn't I? Yeah, I've played a bunch of the other Spooktober Jam games from last year. Like, I did a lot of those. Yeah, I played through a bunch of those. I've done a couple, only a few from this year's submissions. I do intend to do more, whether on my own or in stream. Probably more likely on my own, because I'm still working on getting through the ones from last year. So yeah, I'll probably do most of them on my own, but I wanted to choose a couple to do on stream. So I'll probably do one more next I was about to say next year. No, not next week. Next week. I mean, I will do one next year. Hopefully. But yeah, next week I'm gonna choose another one to stream. I don't know which one yet, but I'll have to look through them all. But yeah, I've played a bunch of the Spooktober Jam games in the past. So yeah, I like this jam. This is one of my favorite ones. This is one of my it's like OA2 something, or I forget what the letters are, what letter number combinations are. But I like that one. And of course the Otome jam. And I like checking out the Yandere jam ones. Oh, and the Once Upon a Time jam, which I think that's coming up soon. Within like the next few months. So we'll be doing stuff from that jam when that stuff is available. But yeah, yeah, this is what we're playing today. So I'm excited to see how this plays out, how they've written it, how they've designed it. That is so good with words. Oh yes, let's just get into it, okay? Okay, so yeah, like I said, since this is like, I guess the jam build version, there'll probably only be minimal amount of this stuff in it, if any. But yeah, eventually these will be content warnings you'll probably want to watch out for if you're sensitive about. Okay, so set your preferences. Alright, fine with that. Maybe I should do some. No. Well, depending on how I'm feeling, might later. No, I probably shouldn't. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Sorry, anyway, well, music-wise. It's seeming like we're okay, at least for now. If anything, I might need to be quieter. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, I think it should be fine. It should be fine. Alright, so yeah, this all looks, okay. Okay, so main menu or return. That's not creepy. Alright, so this is the title screen. Just curious if there's anything here right now. Okay, so there is achievements for you to unlock. That's fun. Four sprites. 3 backgrounds. Oh, I guess, roll back. I guess I'm not allowed to look at that. Oh. Get me. Restart the game. Okay, so don't click that. Don't click that. At least until they like put the full demo out, I guess. There we go. Okay, so I do want to still look at the. So don't click music room. I probably won't want to click. Well, it's not like we started the game, so you know, whatever. Okay, so we can. I guess you can replay parts. Like, it was looking like these are also achievement things. So as we play, we'll probably understand how those connect. But I guess there's a way to replay parts or something. Alright, neat, neat. Alright. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright. Day 1. It's been a while since I had to take the metro. The car's in the shop, so here I am. A little off-center then. Maybe my thing's just weird. It's fine. Alright. It's been months since I even touched the front door. Sorry, I'm sometimes just picky. Not like picky complain, but picky notice things. Okay, yeah, I usually enter through the garage. But tonight the view from the street waits with something different. Three crows buzz over the knoll at the base of a tree. Their wings glint like oil in the fading lights. We should make friends with them. Because isn't it crows that if you like befriend them, they'll bring you stuff, right? It's either crows or ravens. I'd like to do it at some point. Next time I see one of those in my backyard, I'll leave it something. Yes, their wings glint like oil in the fading lights. Between their movements, a flash of red string catches my eye. A strange collection of treasure. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. That like... There's something voodoo-y cursed about that. Don't touch it. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. The crows shift closer. Alright. What looks the least dangerous to touch? Bottle cap. The horse carving should be fine. Probably not, but you know, I like horses. I used to ride horses. Rough cuts, but smooth by handling. It's warm to the touch as though it breathes, as though it draws breath. My hand closes around it without asking permission. The crow shifts closer. I guess the second least dangerous thing would be bobber cap, the foil and beads. Why are we touching these in the first place? Or are we just looking at them? I think we're just looking at them. Human trash, but arranged with care. A few black feathers rest on top. They quiver in the still air. The crows ship closer. The figurine. A squat little idol, mottled with moss or algae. One eye gouged out, the other painted wide, as if it sees more than it should. The crows ship closer. If I know anything, the stick tied with rope in an intricate way, that's never a good thing. I've watched like sci-fi movies, a couple like sci-fi horror, you know, could never happen in real life movies, because I'm only okay with those kinds. But anytime I've seen something like this, it's never been a good thing that they touch it. So we're gonna touch the doll head first. Plastic, once loved, now grimy. A crooked smile carved across his mouth, stitched shut for good measure. Strange markings scratched on the skull. Circles and slashes, almost like a broken face clock. A clock face. The doll looks at me. Sure, with the box cat. More or less, right? Why does it look like me? Or it doesn't really look like me, but why? I don't like that. It's actually uncanny. Yeah, I'm not gonna touch anything else. Especially after that. Nope. I'm not releasing an evil demon that's stuck inside a doll by breaking a twig figure that's being sealed by a red rope. And we're gonna stupidly break it. Nope. Nope. We're leaving right now. So, what the heck? I'm trying to be smart. I guess the birds did that. But no, it is more creepy than anything. The thought thunks in my skull like a dropped stone. My palms go damp. I can feel the thing shape under my fingers as it pulses. Fear folds into calculation. Don't touch more than you need. Don't make a noise that announces you to whatever has left it. The crow caws deliberately, breaking me from my thoughts. I don't even have thumbs. Blood roars in my ears, and my vision blurs. So are we cursed now? Oh wait, was that a dream? What the hell was that? I rubbed the grit of eye from I rubbed the grit of sleep from my eye, trying to shake the residue of last night. The last thing I remember was the crow. Okay, it was a dream. The floor drops out of my stomach. Were we double asleep? What the hell was that? I rubbed the grit of sleep from my eyes, trying to shake the residue of last night. There's a strange sense of foreboding in the air. Everything looks normal. Okay, so yeah, I think that was. We woke up from a dream into another dream, and then we woke up for real. Now we're awake. That's actually happened to me once. Only once, though. Like, it felt real. Like, the room looked like... exactly like how the room looked in real life. So, for a little bit there, I was convinced that it was real. But then I realized... everything looks a little big. I mean, I know I'm small, but like... then it turned... it was realistic at first. But then it gradually turned unrealistic, as in everything was bigger than me. And I was like a little toy in a regular sized room. And I was trying to figure out what the heck to do. And then I forget how. I think I looked at the TV that was in the room, and then I woke up. So I guess, by that, if we get stuck here, just, I guess we'll stare at the TV. Yeah, but that's the closest thing I've ever had to, like, anything, weird, dreamlike. Honestly, I don't remember most of my dreams. It's very rare for me to remember a dream. But yeah, everything looks normal. Oh. Maybe I should be taking notes of the room, as to see what is reality and what isn't. When did I take this? Oh, we took the horse statue. Oh, wait, we're still in dream? Oh, okay. Triple dream. Ah! What the? It feels like you're being watched. Oh wait, were those 2 separate days actually? Okay, so it goes the dream of day 1, the dream that feels real of day 2, and so on, I guess? I need to figure out the pattern. Everything looks normal. Except for the lights are on this time. Too normal. Except for that, you know? I mean, I did say something about a TV, so that's... Maybe there, I was onto something? But my skin knows better. Something's wrong. The dark presses close, thick and heavy. The shadows at the room's edge twitch. Not movements, misalignments. My eyes snap open. Okay, so unless it's a like a little bug-like thing, it's looking so far like we have a psychological horror element of switching back and forth from things. So that's kind of cool. Though I feel like I need to write down like dates and the times to like create like a timeline. Like I don't have to, but like me personally, just how I am, I feel like I need to. More like, less like I need to, but more I really, really want to. Anyway, it looks like we're being introduced to the sleep paralysis demon now. That would be my guess. My eyes snap open. I'm not slammed back into my body this time. Just pinned inside it. I can't move. Something vast presses down on my chest. Not weight, not air. Something cooler. Or colder. It drags the breath from me, locks every muscle in mutiny. Panic floods sharp and metallic, like biting tinfoil. I strain to shove, to roll, to kick. My body refuses. It's like my own bones are conspiring. The pressure loosens by a cruel finger's width. Look at those nails. A hand withdraws from my throat, slow and deliberate, vanishing into the dark. The shadow above me doesn't vanish. It rearranges. Huge, patient, watching. A sound follows. Low, writing, half chuckle, half growl. It ripples through me, as if the room itself were laughing. Streetlight seeps thinly through the window, but it's not enough. The rest is black. My wall, my ceiling, swallowed. Stretch. It's always good to stretch. I don't know if there's actually like something to it, but I do sometimes find that when I stretch before I do this, my voice comes out smoother. I don't know if there's actually something to that or if it's like a psychological thing. But you know, let me do that a little bit. Oops. And another sip of water. Maybe I'll grab my fan out too, you know, just so I have something to fiddle with. I know, I'm really bad in front of crowds, or even just like in front of people. So streaming is half training to, you know, not be like panicky in front of when I'm on a spot, but also like for fun. Because I do enjoy reading visual novels, and though failing trying to do voice acting. But yeah, sorry. Streetlight seeps thinly. Streetlight seeps thinly through the window, but it's not enough. The rest is pitch black. My walls, my ceiling, swallowed. And that's... Ooh, it's a light! A shape with too many angles, too much stillness. The wrong kind of human. It leans closer. A suggestion of a face. Never fully there, but close enough that my skin tries to crawl away. The sound comes again. Not amusement. Appraisal. But he's hot, so I'm okay with it. It's just not... I mean, I don't know. Would I? Would I? At the very least, I wouldn't be as scared. Like I'm not prey yet. But I might be. Talk to it. I blink a few times. Collect my thoughts. My throat feels pinned, but not sealed. If sound will come, it has to be now. How do I do this? I'm just gonna be direct. I force the words out. What do you want? The room hushes, like it's been asked to. The room hushes like it's been asked to listen. The shadow tilts small, almost curious. The way an animal inclines its head when offered a strange scent. It hums. A small sound. A slow sound that tastes like amusement. Tasted. I wonder what amusement tastes like, though. If it had taste, what would it taste like? I guess, I don't know exactly what it would taste like, but I guess something good? Something fun? Maybe like a combination of Pop Rocks and some kind of like sweet fruity thing? Although maybe not Pop Rocks. Pop Rocks doesn't feel like equivalent to amusements. Pop Rocks feels more equivalent to like excitement. So what taste would be equivalent to amusement? I'll need to think on that. But I did used to like Pop Rocks when I was a kid. They're fun! That and those baby bottle pops. Those were it. How'd we get here again? Oh yeah, right, amusement. He's like, stop talking. What do humans want? Answers? Comforts? He pauses, tasting the options as if they're spices. The dark around him ripples like a breath. I came for variety. I mean... Won't you need multiple people for that? I don't know how a human is variety, but I mean, if you want variety something, I can go buy you a variety pack of, like, donuts. Would that be okay? By that expression, I think he might be okay with that idea. There's a little shrug in it. Not bored so much as practiced. He hums again, searching. The sound is thoughtful, not cruel. And this time, the note finds me. Closer. Threaded through the lamplight. Let's go higher. Not much. You. Curiosity is rarer than terror. It lands weird and warm, like someone admitting a small preference in public. My chest loosens a hair, in odd relief, as if the question had been a knot and he picked up string. The shadow doesn't leave. It waits for the next move, like someone who's been offered a better puzzle than usual. I mean, this could be a fun thing to answer. It's not realistic, but I feel like it'll get a fun answer, so let's do it. He climbed behind my eyes. Stupid and sudden. My face betrays me before my mouth can. Why the hell am I blushing over a thing that pins me to my bed? The thought is naked and ridiculous, and I hate that it's true. The silence swells, thick, raw, intimate, in a way that makes my ribs ache. It's the kind of quiet two animals hold when they know one wrong twitch will start a small war. He notices. There's a tiny silence on the side of the dark. The kind that follows when a small animal freezes and everyone waits to see if it will move. He doesn't mock. He listens, like he's learning the sound of me. When he speaks, his voice drops, closer than it has any right to be. Soft, not cruel. Color suits you. It makes your betrayals easier to read. Okay, I could see what he means by that. But yes, I do like color. I prefer color more than monotone colors. The sentence lands like a small incision right in my heart. I don't even know what he means by that. But my face grows even hotter by the proximity. I think I let out a meep. No. I definitely let out a meep. Why is my paralyzed body reacting like a teenage becoming aware? I want to snap something sharp. Deny, deflect, reclaim the joke. My mouth shapes retorts, and then stalls. The heat in my cheeks feels like a live thing. I swallow instead. The pressure shifts. Not enough to be mercy, only enough to be attention. Curiosity files itself under my name. Care, or something like it, leaves a note beside the entry. Cute. I managed voice bristling and slightly sheepish. Very helpful inventory system you've got. Who's betraying who? He lets out a sensible chuckle. Right now, your cheeks betray you. That's why betrayals are useful. The words are cataloging and weirdly intimate. I hate them, but I listen anyway. My hands go useless in the sheets. I feel exposed, not by force, but by the sudden, unsettling way he's looking at me, like someone reading my diary. Great, file me under seasonal embarrassments. He lets the laugh sit between us, and then careful, almost private. We're at well. The line is a small, dangerous compliment. It lands, and the unsaid thing between us grows heavier, whether that attention will be shield or a label. I don't know what scares me more. His thumbs press, gentle, precise, just to make sure I'm still there. Fingers slide to the side of my throat, cool and long, tracing the hollow and the pulse like a photographer. For a second, the contact is a measurement. Where I incline, where I tense, where I go slack. There. There you are. The voice is a low whisper. A thread of sound that vibrates against my skin. Too close to be casual. A finger goes down my collarbone and back. A feathered motion that reads more like reading than pain. It should make me panic. Instead, the feeling coils. Possession braided with curiosity. And I can't tell which strand is tighter. You make small noises when you're curious. He whispers like it's an observation. Not cruelly. Well, I'm glad he's finding entertainment in this, I guess. A happy demon? No, actually maybe not. I was gonna say a happy demon makes a happy human, or an alive human. But if the demon is sadistic, then a happy demon might make a dead human. So, I guess it depends. He blooms in my throat and rushes to my face. I want to snap, to shove, to make him remember the situation at hand before we both lose the plot. A laugh bubbles up instead, stupid and too high, and then dies in my throat. His thumb rests on my pulse, and he watches as if memorizing the rhythm. I count beats, he says, low, almost guilty. It keeps me honest. He doesn't release me. He holds the space, fingers warm and intense, as if deciding whether to keep an offering or hand it back. The pressure loosens a fraction. My ribs finally find air that is thin and precise. Stay still, he murmurs. Say nothing. That too is a language. I'm gonna take his advice. Hold my breath because the silence he asks for feels like a dare. Does it? I mean, yeah, he's cute, but I do also want to live. So, you know, I don't exactly want to make him angry. Let's do this one. Oh, or not. Okay, that one's not allowed. Alright, how about what the hell is happening? That seems, reasonable. I force the words between clenched teeth. They come out small and raw. I feel something wrong and furious swimming inside me. A heat that isn't panic and isn't calm. It spreads from my throat down into my chest. A molten, confusing ache. It's not just fear. There's a slickness under the ribs. An impossible pull. Something like wanting and not wanting at the same time. A wordless part of me that is both horrified and somewhere stupidly, unbearably curious. His fingers don't tighten. They hold. The contact is a map and a key, and a noose that doesn't quite choke. He tilts his head, patient as a collector, and that look is worse than any grin. So bad that you're not allowed to go through with it. Alright, so I guess we are gonna have to go into history. Oh dang, there's not a thing to go back. We chose the wrong path! Like I said, it's not the full demo, so obviously there's gonna be bugs. But I'm still liking it. Is there a way to go back? Let's try back. Okay, so you can use the back button to, you know, go back one slide. Is that what the word would be? Slide? One text box? There we go. Okay, so you're not stuck. If that happens, you're not stuck. Don't worry. You just need to press back. Okay, so instead of this, let's try hobbies, you know, before we get, like, thirsty. What are you collecting hobbies now? I croak it out, aiming for bites and landing somewhere between laugh and a cough. My mouth quirks, half insult, half dare. He doesn't move like someone offended. He tilts his head, like a man inspecting a new thing he's found under glass. The dark around him breathes, and his fingers, still at my throat, don't tighten. They merely rest, patient and deliberate. Okay, not that one either. Okay, we have no choice but to be thirsty, I guess. Unless we need to go back to the previous question. Selection. Group. Well, let's try this one, see what happens. Why is this so erotic? I flinch inward. An impossible thought slides free before I can swallow it. My cheeks heat. My hands clench the sheets like proof I didn't mean it. For a second, I thought I said that out loud. I mean, he can still probably read our thoughts, so he probably knows. At the very least, our face said it, so, you know, I don't think we're hiding it. I whisper because the whisper makes it less real. Okay, so yeah, we do need a... Oh, okay, maybe not. Maybe we can't. Maybe we are stuck! Okay, so I think so if you do decide to play before the full demo is out, you might want to save at every other group selection, just in case you get to an area that has one of those things. So that's good to know. So if you want to play, if you're playing this before the full demo is released, that is something you are going to want to do to fix this little situation. Okay, so yeah, I think at this point we are stuck in a bug loop, I guess you could call it. So let's go back. I'm gonna start again. Quickly choose things, but choose a different one and see if it leads us to a different group selection. So yeah, let's Yep. What if I... No? Okay, preferences. We'll do main menu, restart. Because I don't know how to go back before the previous question. Or the group selection. No, actually, wait. Let me make sure I didn't, like, just not see something before I do that. Okay, yeah, that is what I have to do. Okay. Alright, preferences. But yeah, for the moment, this, I guess, is how we're gonna get around that. Okay, main menu. Yep, we'll just remember where we were. Start. Day 1. Oh, but now I can actually do the thing! I mean, maybe this is a blessing in disguise. I can actually write down the thing so I can, like, create, like, a little timeline thing. Okay, so this is day 1. Day 1, 9:15. Been months since I touched the front door. No, I'm thinking too hard. For a second, I was thinking maybe there's something deep there. Like, maybe we've been in the, dream for so long that a month has passed, and that's what they're... No, I'm thinking too deep. Never mind. Forget it. Okay, so we do the same thing, or something similar. So we did that. Then we did the figurine. Then we did... You know, let's try the 2 twigs and see what happens there. Just curious. The knots are tight, it's too tight. Like someone tied it to hold something. Good! That's good! That's a good thing! No. I imagine snapping it, but the thought makes my teeth ache. And my stomach drop. Because that is a horrible idea. Plastic once loved, now grimy. A cricket smile carved across its mouth, stitched shut for good measure. Strange markings scratched on the skull. Oh yeah, here. Circles and slashes, almost like a broken face clock. The doll looks at like me. Or maybe we should leave the character as it was. Oh well, it's fine. We'll try this again. Alright, so I think last time I chose this is creepy. Oh wait, oh well. Damn it! I screwed myself over. Alright, let's, yes, we're gonna, at the very least, talk to it. And make a save sign. First, save slot. And skip. We decided to be before direct. And then we decided to be... Let's try something different. Actually, let's make... Yeah. Let's ask why us. Actually, no, let's just say we asked a pretty standard question. What do you want isn't a philosophical probe. It's a tool. I'd be shocked if you didn't hear that line every night to go out to spook people. I mean it to shave the moment down. To make it ordinary enough that maybe the thing that lingers will classify me as uninteresting and move away. But the sentence comes out like a punctured balloon. It deflates the room in a way I planned. Pleased, I sort of smile and wait for him to follow me under the background noise and vanish. He hums. amused by my attempt to domesticate him. Ordinary is simply boring. Ordinary is simply boring. You are not boring. Thank you? I'm not sure whether I should be happy about that or not in this situation. Usually I'd be happy about that. But right now, I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. The words then lighter than the threats, and heavier than the compliments. He tucks that half smile into whatever ledger he keeps. Wit, nerve, that tiny dangerous reflex to choke when you're frightened. I hear the click of an assessment, and suddenly, the invented safety of ordinary feels dangerously thin. It's not fondness. It's interest calibrated. My mouth tightens. For a second, I weigh choices like coins. Flush with mouth and risk being catalogued as interesting. Lie at risk provoking curiosity, dodge the subject, and maybe be left with nothing but his attention. The calculus is stupid and animal. Curiosity for curiosity's sake is the currency he spends. If he finds me interesting, does that mean I've earned a reprieve? Or a new kind of interest that he wants to keep me? I guess let's take the risk. I hope boring makes him look away. He tilts his head like someone admiring a stubborn specimen. The amusement in him sharpens, pleased rather than kind. Dullness is a show too. You perform it well. He files the lie as data, and curiosity ticks up. The lie brought me a breath, but it made me into an object he wants to prod later. Did I just hand him a reason to return? Good to know, I said, voice blunt but careful. I'd hate to waste your evening on boring things. I try to joke the danger away, but my laugh scrapes. He leans a hair closer, the black around him folding like a curtain that refuses to fall. There's a look in the suggestion of his face, less predatory now, more measuring, as if he's deciding whether I'm worth a longer study. Interest is not always cruel. Sometimes it's a poor man's kindness. The line is small, almost embarrassed. It catches me off guard, too human for comforts. I don't know whether to call it mercy or a different appetite dressed in softer words. That certainty tastes like iron. I shift my voice, softening strategy into diplomacy. Then be careful how you study. It's a warning wrapped in civility. I'm bad at reading aloud. A worthless joke, a protection. He hums again, not unkind. Noted. Noted. He taps the air as if closing a book. You have good instincts for preservation. That is useful. Thank you? how is he useful? Useful. The label is clinical, but the implication is obvious enough. I haven't been sorted into the pile meant for tearing. For a sliver of space, my ribcage forgets how to brace. Relief stabs through the panic, like a cold knife. Sharp and immediate. And then guilt follows like a shadow. The exchange leaves a residue that settles in my chest. An irritation smoothed into something else that flickers. Annoyance folding like a blade into a dangerous, attentive electricity that prickles under my skin. I can feel it physically. My palms go slick. Breath come a fraction faster. And the hollow behind my ribs humming like a wire under tension. He files the moment away, the way a clerk ticks a ledger. A quick, indifferent motion. But I can tell by the way that the shadow tilts and the tiny catch in his voice, that my tone has been logged as data and as baits. Snark is now a trait of his notes. Engagement rewarded. That knowledge makes me both clever and vulnerable at once. I want to call tighter into my jokes, and I also want to see how long he'll look. Okay, so this is still coding. Alright, reset from... Loop plus stats? I'm trying to think, which one should I do? I feel like resetting loop counter won't do anything since the loop count is still encoding. Reset progress? Loop end stats, maybe? Maybe we should just restart from first choice. Oh no, let's try loop and stats. If not, then we'll go first choice. We already made a safe spot at first choice anyway, so we can just do it from the safe slots. Oh, okay. Okay, well, let's just do it from the safe slot. Oh, yeah, and I was saying I should save after every other question, but brain, memory, it's bad. I should just have a note right up here. This always happens. I always forget to save my games. Well, most times. Quite often. But yeah, I need like a note hanging from my like shelf here that right in front of me that says save your damn game. Maybe let's try something different this time. Let's be... Vermin accusatory? I also just realized, since the, Here we go. Since the game page did say that... Deliveries? Okay, mouse paths cut off early. A bunch of bugs are still lurking, and you'll notice a couple placeholder visuals looking at you, like the horse screenshot. This will be polished through October. Okay, yeah, I remember they did say something about, like, there being some bugs and... Okay, so yeah, that's... Okay, so most paths cut off early. So does that imply that there's at least one path? Or either way, it's interesting to explore all the options. I'm a completionist, so I do that anyway. Her game will have more days to loop. Because, yeah, game jams, they do have a time limit, so, you know, if you want to submit your game, sometimes you can't get all the bugs out on time. Sometimes you just have to say, like, I got most of it out, I'll submit it, and then I'll fix the little things as I go. So yeah, sometimes that does happen, so don't blame them. But I'm gonna take that as there is at least one option that has a loop. Or where is it? Looking at this placeholder. What's it? What? I lost it. More days to loop. Okay, so coming soon, Looping Nights. Okay, so that's... Sorry, I'm slow, so, you know, work with me. So I'm guessing that that's implying that any of the loops aren't... The loop part of the game isn't quite ready yet? Or isn't quite, like, completely completed? It's being worked on? Well, let's still play. Let's still play and see just where what options get us. Where they take us. Yeah, I force the words out, hard and brittle, throw it like a stone, to see what breaks. I broke a glass today, actually. I didn't mean to, but it slipped out of my hand. I was washing it. And I lost my grip, and it shattered in the sink. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, the shadow tilts his head like a reader considering a bad thesis. For a beat, there's nothing but a tight press at my ribs and the sound of my heartbeat. For once, it doesn't press closer. It lingers. Edges blur in the lamplights until the shape is almost human. Almost touchable. I see his face. His body. The weight lightens but doesn't vanish. A pressure more like proximity than force. The air between us smells like cold metal in rain. A sound slips through. Too quiet for laughter, too rough for shame. You like assigning blame? There's a pause. Or deep and slow. Then the shadow says something softer. Almost shy, as if it shocked itself by saying it aloud. You summoned me. Did I? It wasn't intentional. Do we have that kind of power? How does that happen? I mean, the last game that we played with the demon, the summoning circle, that made sense, how we accidentally summoned the demon. How do we summon a demon in our sleep? By sleeping? How does that work? Did we chant like some kind of spell in our sleep or something and summon him? I guess that's possible, maybe? It's also very possible we just really desired a hot demon, because, I mean, that wouldn't be the first time. It's not like it's never crossed our mind. I let out a breath, exasperated. Please, if I summoned you, I'd remember it. My voice is a half sneer. The wards are defensive armor. The once shadow leans nearer, so close I could count the breaths between us. It replies like someone testing vocabulary. Memory is fragile. Easy to blend. You called. I shake my head, jaw tight. I didn't call you. You just came. The sentence is steadier than I feel. Oh, he looks surprised. For the first time, he falters. The shadow twitches, an almost human hitch, like a man caught between saving one thing and another. You'd rather I tell you I wanted to be here? He says hesitantly. I mean, I guess. And maybe he just wanted company. I actually saw a TikTok once where there was like a skit, and it was like someone was trying to summon a demon that's to like take their complete their revenge or something, and the demon, the guy, the person who owns the TikTok account, you know, the skit, you know, appeared and was like, oh, someone summoned me to fulfill those selfish desires again. Sometimes a guy just wants to play Mario Kart and hang out. So maybe it's that kind of situation. Maybe he just wanted to play Mario Kart. It's possible. The cold in my chest shifts, as if a fingertip brushed a seam in my ribs. Not crushing, not cruel. Curious, testing the edges of me. Be careful. I answer too honestly when you look at me like that. Good, that's a good thing. Something in the room rearranges. The threat loosens into something that could be fondness, or could be a trick. Also, you know, right, save. I feel my defiance wobble. An inch, then a dangerous half step. The idea that he might mean it, that he might be less monstrous when I look at him this way, settles like a splinter under my skin. He watches my face like someone reading a faint map. I can see it. In the way the shadow tightens at the corners, that my words have landed somewhere private. He's not hiding amusement now. For a breath, there's something softer, edged with disappointments. As if both of us had paused at the truth we didn't plan to find. Look at you, like I don't want you here. Let's answer this. I like this one. Look at you, like I didn't want you here. I glare up, jaw tight. Oh, I didn't mean it that. I didn't mean it that way. The shutter stills. No, I'm going back. That's not what I meant. I thought I was just being teasing, sarcastic. Fine. That sounded like a confession. I force a breath into a laugh. Do you come because you're curious, or because you're bored? He gives a thin sound, a laugh or a huff. I can't tell, and the dark around him flickers like an embarrassed candle. For a second, he's almost disarmed. Both. And you are a rare flavor of trouble. You, demons get embarrassed. Next, you'll be asking me to hold hands. My smile is sharper than the joke. He scoffs, half annoyance, half something like amusement. And he leans so close, the lamplight slices his profile. Then in one fluid motion, he grabs one of my useless arms and pins it above my head. The other curls around my throat, tighter. The air between us tightens. Our breaths mix, and the room gets unbearably small. My body, despite being useless, immediately stiffens at the position I find myself in. I don't know if I like this or if I don't. He doesn't close the last inch, but he comes close enough that I can see the way his mouth curves when he's trying not to smile. Mock me, and I'll make you regret being so entertaining. I'm just trying to have fun! Confessions are tax-free if I choose them. The hand around my throat releases, and he reaches as if to reclaim the joke. A teasing, empty gesture on my lips, then hesitates. In the pause is an ambition. The split second where he almost lets Scarred fall is louder than anything he said. He blooms where panic has been. A complicated thing that tastes like adrenaline and something softer. You better keep good notes then, I say, breathless and bold. I'm terrible at being catalogued. He makes a small private sound. Pleased, surprised. And for once, the amusement in it feels like warmth. I think you're doing rather well at being categorized. Or is it cataloged? The banter settles between us like a fragile truce. Equal parts spite and invitation. Nothing clean, everything dangerous. I'm reminded of the danger when he thumbs my pulse in an oddly intimate way. His thumb press, gentle and precise, just to make sure I'm still there. Fingers slide to the side of my throat, cool and long, tracing the hollow in the pulse like a cartographer. For a second, the contact is a measurement, where I inhale, where I tense, and where I go slack. There you are. The voice is a low whisper, a threaded sound that vibrates against my skin, too close to be casual. A finger goes down to my collarbone and back. A feathered motion that reads more like reading than pain. It should make me panic. Instead, the feeling coils. Possession braided with curiosity. And I can't tell which strand is tighter. You make small noises when you're curious, he whispers, it like an observation, not cruelty. He blooms in my throat and rushes to my face. I want to snap, to shove, to make him remember the situation at hand before we both lose the plot. A laugh bubbles up instead, stupid and too high, and then dies on my throat. The thumb rests on my pulse, and he watches as if memorizing the rhythm. I count beats, he says, low, almost guiltily. It keeps me honest. He doesn't release me. He holds the space, fingers warm and intense, as if deciding whether to keep an offering or hand it back. The pressure loosens a fraction. My ribs finally find air that is thin and precise. Stay still, he murmurs. Say nothing. That too is a language. I think there's a choice coming up. Yep. Alright, so I think it was the next grouping after this one that had us in a bug loop. So let's see if we have to go, if that's like just gonna happen regardless no matter what we do, or if there's a way around it. I want him to continue being like, I liked where that was going, you know. I like before he started, you know, choking us, but the surprise that he got, I liked where that was going. I want to choose something that'll lead back to something like that, a reaction like that. Let's try this one. I don't think we tried this one yet. I croak it out, aiming for bites and landing somewhere between a laugh and a cough. My mouth quirks, half insult, half dare. He doesn't move like someone offended. He tilts his head like a man inspecting a new thing he's found under glass. The dark around him breathes, and his fingers, still at my throat, don't tighten. They merely rest, patient and deliberate. Not that one, then. I think we... Or is this where we are? I force the words between my clenched teeth. They come out small and raw. I feel something wrong and furious bloom inside. A heat that isn't panic and isn't calm. It spreads from my throat down into my chest. A molten, confusing ache. It's not just fear. There's a slickness under the ribs. An impossible pull. Something like wanting and not wanting at the same time. A wordless part of me that is both horrified and somewhere stupidly, unbearably curious. His fingers don't tighten. They hold. The contact is a map, and a key, and a noose that doesn't quite choke. He tilts his head, patient as a collector, and that look is worse than any grin. Not that one, then. This might be the selection where we get stuck. Yeah, at first the words between clenched teeth, they come out small and raw. I feel something wrong and furious bloom inside me. A heat that isn't panic and isn't calm. It spreads from my throat, down into my chest. A molten, confusing ache. It's not just fear. There's a slickness under the ribs. An impossible pull. Something like wanting and not wanting at the same time. A wordless part of me is both horrified and somewhere stupidly, unbearably curious. His fingers don't tighten. They hold. The contact is a map and key and a noose that doesn't quite choke. He tilts his head, patient as a collector, and that look is worse than any grin. Right, so not that one either. Okay, yeah, so I think, this was a flinch inward. An impossible thought slides free before I swallow it. My cheeks heat. My hands clench the sheet like proof I didn't mean it. For a second I thought I said that out loud. I whisper, because the whisper makes it feel less real. Okay, so yeah, I guess this is the area where we're at the loop, so press, load. What's this one? Oh wait, this one. Oh, that was before. Okay, so not that one. This one. Okay, I feel defiant swabble an inch, then dangerous half step. The idea that he might mean it, that he might be less monstrous, then I look at him that way, settles like a splinter under my skin. He watches my face like someone reading a faint map. I can see it, in the way that the shadow tightens at the corners, that my words have landed somewhere private. He's not hiding amusement now. For a breath, there's something softer, etched with disappointments. As if both of us have paused at a truth we didn't plan to find. Okay, we'll do something else and see where that gets us, if that leads us back to that group selection. And if it does, then I'm gonna assume that that's at the current moment as far as you can go. But what should we... No, why not? Let the record show I'm holding it together remarkably well for someone who's just been confessed to by a hopefully sexy demon sitting upon my chest and choking me. Let's do it. The joke comes out too loud and too quiet. It's armor and it's pleading, both at once. My throat is tight, is a tight knot. Words are the only thing I can fling that aren't useless limbs. He snorts, an actual small noise of disbelief and amusement. That sound makes the dark between us shift. A lamplight catches at the edge of his jaw. He leans closer, not closing the distance so much as studying the space like a scientist testing tension. Our breaths thread each other in the small slice of the air that remains. It should feel claustrophobic. Instead, it frays like a wire that sparks. Bold. His single word is flat, chipped. Not a compliment. Not a condemnation. A measurement. Bold is different from stupid, I say. Because I need a line that lands. You should take notes. The sarcasm tastes to me. It's a shield I can still lift. Right, not that one. Although that is a fun one. Okay, so we did high first. Let's do low. I force a breath into a laugh. Did you come because you're curious or because you're bored? He answers slow, as if chewing on the word before he swallows it. The dark around him tightens like a fist. Both and you are a rare flavor of trouble. There's something in the way he says it that isn't praise. It's appraisal. A label on an object worth keeping or breaking. Cute. Demons get embarrassed. Next, you'll be asking me to hold hands. My smile is sharpened in joke. He snorts, not amused so much as annoyed at the joke. The light catches an angle on his face, and for a second, he looks less like a thing and more like a person who has decided to hurt nicely. Then in one fluid motion, he grabs one of my useless arms and pins it above my head. The other curls around my throat tighter. The throat is one thing, but if my arm is useless, what's the point of having it above my head? It's not gonna work anyway, so you're not achieving anything aside from putting us in a suggestive position. He comes nearer. Not the careless brush of earlier. This is measured, deliberate. The space between us shrinking on purpose. Our breaths mingle in the lamplight. He doesn't close the distance. He enjoys the waiting. Mock me and I'll make you regret ever being entertaining. Confessions are tax-free if I choose them. Do you collect refusals too? I managed to sputter out. He smiles then, and a smile is a cut that somehow makes the room colder. Refusals are interesting. They squeal differently. I roll my shoulder, voicing a bravado I don't entirely feel. Oh, I guess we can move a little bit then? Then try not to be disappointed when I don't perform for you. He leans in until his shadow is a warm weight over my chest. Close enough that I can see the way the light maps his eyes. Amused, hungry, bored. He smells faintly of rain, or he smells faintly of rain in old books, and something bitter. His voice drops so low, it should be inaudible, but the quiet is all ours. You think you can bargain with me? That is bold. Dangerous. Entertaining. I guess credits? Oh, it's a Word document. I think that might be as far as we can go. But I do want to check those other options, just out of curiosity. I want to see what what else I can get out of him. So, this one. Okay, so we done this. We haven't done these two. So at the very least, let's do these two and see where those go. And then we'll call it a night, I guess. So let's do that. Alright, how do you know how to answer me? I don't know you. My voice shrinks on the last word. I meant it to be hard, an accusation that sets the distance between us. But the sound comes out smaller than I planned. If you're just a voyeur in my dreams, that's unfair. You don't get to borrow my memories. He stills longer than before. The pause is an animal pressure, or an animal pause. Ears pricked, not hostile, just stunned. For the first time, the dark around him feels uncertain. Something like confusion slips across whatever face he keeps in shadow. He sounds almost embarrassed when he finally speaks. Okay, this is what I want. This is what I'm wanting. This inner turmoil of new emotions. Because you look at me the way I used to look at stars. Familiar hurts even when it shouldn't. The line lands like thrown glass. It's not a tidy answer. It's a small confession wrapped in metaphor. Heat rushes to my throat. I try to make it a question and not let it be the kind of thing that catches. So I just remind you of something? Of someone? No. The single syllable denial is too quick to be comfort. It hangs, brittle and definitive. Then it dissolves into a longer silence that pulls at the edges of my control. I press on because the ache of not knowing is louder than the fear of being wrong. No riddles. Tell me, why me? The words are an ultimatum, and a plea at once. They come out raw, an exposed thread. He studies me, like someone declining whether to be blunt or be careful. For a moment, the room is the only hum of his attention. His voice changes, lower, not quite the wry baritone I'm used to, but something that smells of tired honesty. Because you didn't scream. Simple. Wrong. True. Maybe? The answer sits between us like a shard. The weight lifts a fraction. My chest drags in deep breaths on instinct. And then he dissipates, unraveling into nothing but cool air. The room is emptier than before, like something essential left with him. When he moves to leave, it's not abrupt. He unwinds from the room the way someone folds a fine cloth, Slow, certain, practiced. Before the shadow slips, he says something that isn't a joke, isn't a threat, but too candid to be comfortable. I waited. You surprised me. He goes. The air cools where he was. The room is suddenly louder in its ordinary way. The radiator ticks. A car sighs past outside. But the loudness is the only surface. Beneath it is a hollow. A rawness where the thing that had been softened between us was. It's not just absence. It's the knowledge that something small and true passed and left without explanation. I am left with two noises in my head. My own pulse, and the ghost of the way his voice changed when he admitted he'd waited. Affection that nudged itself into me like a foreign coin. Bright, unfamiliar, and unnerving. Vulnerability sits heavy and obvious. I wanted to be understood. I wanted him to go. But I also didn't. Both are true. Both are ugly and clear. Both are certainly true. He left with a sentence that felt like an offering, and a verdict. The disappointment is a slow animal under my ribs. Not only his for leaving, but mine for being surprised by the way I missed him. We'll see him tomorrow night. Probably, hopefully. Hopefully. I mean, yeah, I guess hopefully. The unsaid thing between us thickens into a promise I didn't ask for, and don't know how to keep. Yay, there we go, that's it. Alright, and that's it's looking like as far as the current game has going. We didn't actually finish that previous quest. Should we do it? You know, just to see. Why not? Or from the beginning. Okay, but I'm gonna say this is officially the end of the Game Jam demo version. Because it said thank you for testing. But I do wanna check out that last option that we didn't click. Just out of curiosity. So before we end, we'll do that. Open it up again. I need to ease my curiosity. It was this one. Yeah, this is the one, because this is the one where I started to answer it, but then I realized that the way the character was expressing it wasn't how I wanted, and so we went back. But let's actually continue with this one this time. Look at you, like I don't want you here. Glare up, jaw tights. Go away. The shadow stills. The words hang heavy, then my chest betrays me. Rising too fast and shallow with panic. He stills. The shadow pauses, as if surprised by the tempo of me. Then he leans closer, until the suggestion of a smile hangs in the air between us. Too close to only be menace. To be only menace. Leave? You mean vanish from your nights? That would be tedious. Okay, so yeah. The correct answer to get to the end of the current jam demo is how do you know how to answer me? I don't know you. So, you know, just in case you're here, you're wondering. But yes, that is everything. So just do this, and then oh, that was supposed to. Actually, what happens if we do something else? What happens if we scream? Do we die? Because he said something about, you're special, you don't scream. So I'm kind of going to assume that if we press scream, he's going to kill us or something. Or he's going to leave immediately, because we're boring. I wrench a breath, drag it up like hauling rope from a wheel. Or well, and let it go. Raw ear splitting. The sound rips my throat raw and flies into the dark, yet returns nothing. No loosened weight, no saving hand. My limbs are dead things nailed to the mattress. My legs inert. The pressure on my chest trembles with my scream, and then clamps down like a judge's grave. Oh, gavel. Sound keeps happening anyway. My sound, bouncing useless off the walls. My whispers, whimpers, my breath, my struggle. It fills my ears until the room is nothing but noise, and the shape over me. The noise doesn't free me. It only marks me. A laugh skitters out of the dark, thin, dry, humorless, like someone rubbing paper together to see if it will catch. It scratches at my skin. Loud, predictable. Do you practice that part nightly? The sentence lands inside my skull and refuses to leave. The voice doesn't sound so much as a cold that spreads. Seat by seat, into the mattress, under the sheets, into the hollow behind my ribs. He knows my shape. He keeps shape, even after the sound dies. My throat burns, my eyes flood. Panic tastes like iron, and salt, and the small shameful pleasure of being seen, then punished for being seen. I thought a scream might be a lever. Instead, it was a neon sign. Here I am, take me apart. I'm gonna do questions with the intent to try to die, so we're gonna continue to try to scream. I tried for another sound. Raw or desperate, tearing at my throat with everything I have. We're annoying him. Nothing. Nothing. My throat seizes like a fist close. Sound dies before it leaves me. silence answers back, final and flat. The failure makes my body feel thinner, tinier, more fragile. Like even my voice has betrayed me. Oh, that's a new, angle. The pressure doesn't ease, it sharpens. It drives into me, a thumb at a vein that tightens and holds. Air fights its way in and out, shredded and too small. My vision stutters on the edges. The world grows curled and close. A laugh, thinner now. Less amusement and more hunger. It scrapes the dark. Try again. I like seeing what effort looks like. The hands at my throat go colder, not gentler. The weight becomes insistence. Ribs fold under. Lungs complain. Panic crystallizes into white-hot panic at the back of my skull. Last Hail Mary. Yeah. Around him, the shadow shifts, and then the wrongness begins. Dots of sheen opening in the dark like slow, wet flowers. One by one, tiny ovals peel open. Pupils dilating, irises rolling, eyes where there should be none. They blink in silence. Everywhere in the shadow, a chorus of watchful black that focuses on me. They are not human eyes. They are all angle and wet lights. They blink and track with the horrible politeness of predators marking the specimen. The count of them makes my mind slide sideways. They see everything. They catalog the rise and fall of my chest like a ledger. My fingers claw useless at the sheets. My nails catch. The fabric tears under a helpless animal motion. Soundless tears spill down my cheeks, and I don't feel ashamed. Because shame needs air, and my air is being measured out like an allowance. He leans so close, the breath at my temple is a cold filing hand. The eyes in the dark blink in time with my pulse. Patient and not unkind. Only very, very hungry for answers. Tell me, why do you make noise? I make noise because I'm alive, I guess. It isn't asked like a question that expects a useful answer. It's a scale being read. Whatever I say will be weighed and catalogued. I can feel the last hiss of air leaving me like a coin the world is collecting. What do we do? Because this time the intention is to try to die, if we can. I should have made a safe spot. Yeah, let's do this one. He probably won't like this one, so let's do it. Pray to your God. All gods, any god, are you listening? I mouth whatever prayer I have to remember. An apology, a plea, a bargaining whisper to a god I haven't visited in years. The syllables are small and private. My hands, useless on a mattress, curled into fists. My hands? Is this God's doing? Or is this just the power of faith? Unfortunately, the ability to control appendages does not seem to extend past my weak wrists. I hate it. This shadow listens like a collector listening to folk songs. The horn eye narrows, as if scoffing at old superstitions, then lingers on the cadence of my voice with odd attention. Invocations are quaint. Comfort yourself with stories. Around him the shadow shifts, and then like the rawness begins. Dots of sheen opening in the dark like slow wet flowers. One by one, tiny ovals peel open. Pupils dilating, irises rolling, eyes where there should be none. They blink in silence. Everywhere in the shadow, a chorus of watchful black that focuses on me. They are not human eyes. They are all angle and wet lights. They blink and track with the horrible politeness of predators marking a specimen. The Canada makes my mind slide sideways. They see everything. They catalog and the rise and fall of my chest like a ledger. My fingers claw uselessly at the sheets. My nails catch. The fabric tears under a helpless animal emotion. Soundless tears spill down my cheeks, and I don't feel ashamed. Because shame is needed. Because shame needs air, and my air is being measured out like an allowance. Silence suits you. It sharpens the edges of truth. His thumb presses at the pulse of my neck, throat, as if testing a metronome. The eyes blink in time. The pressure jabs harder. Not crushing so much as prodding. Precise, clinical, intentional. It is a punishment made small and exact. The world narrows to the slick of blood in my ears. To the brittle clack of my teeth when I try to gasp. Colors wash out. The lamp lights from the street slurs into the pale smear. The thought occurs, stupid and immediate, that if I go out like this, no one will find the shape of the struggle, only the quiet left behind. He leans so close. I can feel the breath shift, the hairs at my temple. The breath smells like iron in old pages. He whispers, not cruel, but certain. You wanted noise. This is how I listen. The last inch of air is a prize. My body trembles on the verge of collapse, and the eyes, so many eyes, hold me like a thing already marked. He leans so close, the breath in my temple is a cold filing hand. The eyes in the dark blink in time with my pulse. A brush of breath trickles whatever left. A brush of breath tickles whatever is left in my core. I don't think we died, unfortunately. But anyway, I don't know if you even can die so far in the game. I don't know. Well, I'll let you guys figure that out. I want to leave something for anyone watching who wants to play the game to, you know, explore on their own. So yeah, we'll I think we've already we've gone as far as we can at the current moment. So that will be the end of the stream. So yeah, I hope you go and check this out yourself. You can check it out now and just see what's available, or wait until the full demo is available. But yeah, I hope you found this interesting. Yeah, that's gonna be it for this week. So I still have to figure out what I want to do next week. Definitely Twisted Wonderland. But as for the rest, I have no idea, because we finished Colorx Malice. So we're done there. So that means I have Thursday slot open. Or something. I don't know, I need to find something, but... Yeah, anyway, that's it for the week. Yeah, thank you for watching this. Or lurking, or whatever. And, again, I hope you give it a shot. Go ahead and, tell the creator your thoughts on the story itself. Or in the comment section. I think they have a social media on X. I don't use X anymore. Twitter. I hate calling it X. But yes, I believe I saw that they had a social media on X, so if you still use that, go ahead and follow them. And what else? I think that's all. Yeah, I think that's all. Anyway, yeah, thank you, and I hope to see you again. At some point. So, have a nice night, morning, evening, afternoon. And I will see you again. Bye-bye.